Hello, everybody. Welcome to Phineas, Flynn's Law. We're back with a live stream because there are brand new, super plot-based episodes that just aired on Saturday. So I guess I should put it out there now as a spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the new episodes, Escape and Milo in Space, and you care at all about the plot, you probably shouldn't be here. I know, it can be pretty fun. We can have some fun stuff in the comments section happening as I'm seeing not the comments, the live chat. There can be some fun stuff, but if you haven't seen the episodes, you don't want it spoiled, then I suggest you leave. Having said that, let's start talking about Escape and Milo in Space. Yes. So these two. Okay. So favorite things about Escape. I really liked that we got a lot, like essentially just an entire episode with Lydia, Scott, Coach, and Milo, and they're just kind of stuck in the elevator, just, chatting it up like, so, let's play Two Truths and a Lie, and let's do improv. Bob, yes, there's nothing more plot-based than getting trapped in an elevator. There was so much plot. I don't know if you followed the plot of what was happening on the improv side of it, but that was very major plot. I think somebody died by hairdryer. Anyways, that was a great time. Okay, but the actual plot part of that episode was Doof and Dakota creating the Cavenperry in order to essentially try and track down Cavendish, which it makes about as much sense as it sounds like it makes, but it was a lot of fun. There was some fantastic animation. There was just a lot of great stuff. Then, right when you think Escape is going to end, it cuts to black, and it's like, wait, we've seen a UFO, and you go to, and it's essentially a transition into the Milo in Space episode where they find Cavendish, and essentially, once they find Cavendish, everything goes crazy. The aliens start arriving in Milo in Space, and it all goes crazy. So, theories for where this is going to go. If you've seen the new teaser trailer that Disney released, essentially what they're going to do is, apparently there's probably going to be some sort of big battle on the alien world against the cosmic storm, which makes me think that there's one shot where Diogi is like huge and Milo is really small, so it could be that like Milo shrinks, or either Diogi grows really big, which should be interesting to see. Alright, let's look at the comments. What do we got here? Alright. Yes, we are in the end game now. The Cavenpuss is bae. I mean, yes, Cavenpuss is fantastic. Does anyone know where these are online? They aren't in my usual pirate areas yet. Oh, well, it looks like those pirates need to I guess get on finding Milo Murphy's Law, or you could just buy it and support the show. That'd be cool. No, you cannot link in the chat. It will automatically. It doesn't let you post links. Okay, Dwampyverse version of Avengers Endgame. No, the Dwampyverse version of Avengers Endgame was Phineas and Ferb effect. I really don't think that you're going to see as many Phineas and Ferb characters in this season finale, especially given that it's only 22 minutes. You think they'll go... Your opinion, Endgame was bad. No, Endgame was fantastic. I respect your opinion, but I thought Endgame was fantastic. You have to watch Milo and Star at the same time on your TV and phone. How can you watch two shows at the same time? Milo doesn't feel so good. Milo starts hugging Dakota. Mr. Dakota, Mr. Vinny Dakota, I don't feel so good. And then Milo starts to turn to dust. It'll be just like Avengers Endgame. Or, not an Endgame, Infinity War. What show do I want Phineas, Milo Murphy's Law to have a crossover with? It would be cool if it crossed over with... I don't know. I can't really think of a good show for it to cross over with. Perry's loaded with dough. Yes, so... There's in these episodes we get Perry and Doof, and they make up, and as well as Cavendish and Dakota. And I like both of the makeup scenes. It's good that we finally... Well, here's the thing. So now that we've got the relationship drama out of the way, going into the season finale, we don't have to deal with that. Perry and Doof are friends. Cavendish and Dakota are friends. So we can really focus on the big issue, which is aliens and their whole issue. So we're not going to be like 5 minutes from the end and Doof and Perry going to be like, we hated each other the whole battle, but now we're friends because we fought in battle. No, they actually gave it a resolution that made sense. Star versus and Milo Murphy's not going to happen because Star is over. Star is not coming back. Will Amanda kiss Milo? Probably. That's my prediction. I think... Here's what I think. I think they're going to... Everything that happens with the aliens is going to go down. Then at the end of the episode, they're going to get back to Earth. Milo's going to hug his parents. And then he's going to kiss Amanda. And then they're going to be like, it's time to celebrate. We solved the problem with the aliens. And then Just Getting Started is going to play a full version of the song from Managing Murphy's Law, Just Getting Started. No, when Perry gave Doof the check, that was fine that you cried over that. That was a very emotional moment. It's very nice, to just know that Perry cares for Doof, and Doof was kind of being a jerk and ignoring him. Spend $2 or wait. It's worth the $2. These are good episodes. Do I think Melissa and Zach will get together? I think something will happen. They've had this running joke all season where Melissa and Zach are like punching each other. And actually, they're not punching each other. It's just Melissa punching Zach. So that's got to have some sort of payoff in the finale. Same with Recurring Raccoon. That joke is probably going to pay off in the finale. Okay, chances for season 3. Right now, it could go either way. Given that they're calling it a season finale now, and that we're getting renewal announcements later this week, I'll probably have to make a video when they say what's happening with Milo, for if they actually announce they're going to do a season 3 after the Phineas and Ferb movie, or if for season 2 is the end. Let's see. Is Milo and Melissa ship possible? There are some signs here like her going after Milo first and her being much more sad when Milo's gone. I don't think that's ship. I think that's just they've been best friends for so long that, look, they've been best friends, we saw, since they were 6. Like, it's just natural. Imagine if you had a sister or a brother. I don't know if some of you have sisters and brothers, and like they just got abducted by aliens into space. Some of you might be happy, but that's not the point. It's more of that kind of a relationship, and especially given that Milo is, essentially with Amanda this season, that's probably not going to happen. You felt great during the friendship makeups. Yes, those were great scenes. I think after the episode, they will leave on a cliffhanger to the movie. No. Okay, so this can't leave on a cliffhanger to the movie because the movie is set during the Phineas and Ferb summer. So Doof is still going to be evil. Milo and Phineas won't have met yet. It's going to be, you're moving backwards in canon. They could put season 3 on Disney+. Okay, let's talk about this. So Bob Block. He's the Cavendish and Dakota's new boss at PIG. You've seen him quite a bit throughout the season. This guy, he is so sketchy. He has got to be evil. Okay, hold on. Before we get to Bob Block, we'll finish some Ferb season. I don't know. Remember, giant alien is on the ship. Yeah, so they brought the giant. We can't talk. They brought the giant alien back on the ship. And what's weird is that in Escape and in Milo in Space, when you're on the ship, it shows like the cage part is still there, but you don't see the alien behind it. I don't know if they didn't want to like animate the alien. But the alien should have been in that cage, and he wasn't. So I'm not really sure. And then, like, the front part of it wasn't down. The part that they revealed was there in Cavendish Unleashed. So I'm not sure where the giant alien went. But you know who else is on the ship is Recurring Raccoon, who made his kind of little home there in the Look at This Ship episode. he kicked Cavendish out, and I mean he's probably nesting somewhere in the ship, I would imagine. What if they go back in time to summer? Well, the plot isn't about Milo and friends. It's about Phineas and Ferb. So Phineas and Ferb aren't going back in time to summer because they're already in that summer. Let's see. All Bobs are evil. I'm not gonna say anything. It's Melissa and Zach, not Melissa and Milo. That's me. Just know that. What's the point of animating the cage? Then it has to be important. No, that's that. I guess yeah. Their planet is being invaded just like Krypton. Haven't seen a whole lot of Superman. Episodes sound too much Gravity Falls. No, I liked Gravity Falls, so anything closer to Gravity Falls just makes me happy. And the jokes were great. Yes, okay, I'm a Catastrophe. That was a great song. I really enjoyed that song. That was a lot of fun. And Dan Povenmire sung that with Michael something Jr. I forget what his name is, but that was one of the best songs of the season. Bob made Cavendish feel like Candace. Yes, he did. That's true. Do I think Bob Block... Okay, so yeah, we were on Bob Block. So Bob Block, this dude, you've seen him shooting at aliens with, like, laser guns. And there was, like... This was in Lady Krillers. There's, like, an alien attacking a human. And he's shooting at it. And then it's like, okay, so he's good in combat. But at the same time, he says he monitors all alien activity. And then there's this super sketchy line in Abducting Murphy's Law where he's like, there is no unauthorized deduction, or there's no unauthorized... We can't talk again. Okay. There's no unauthorized abductions unless they go through me, which just makes no sense at all. Because it's like, if you were going to abduct somebody, why would you even go through PIG? Just PIG, is it like a private organization that, like, regulates abductions? Like... Okay, Bob Block... Okay, here's the thing. Bob Block has to have known about the Octalians, even though he says he didn't know about the ship. Here's the thing. In Parks and Rec, Doof and Dakota are retrieving this... They're picking up alien trash, and they discover this little carburetor that turns their bones into essentially noodles. Now, at the end of that, right as Dakota's going to report it to Mr. Block, he says... Bob Block is like, oh, and in case you find this carburetor thing, make sure you don't touch it or it'll turn your bones to noodle. So he brings up that's essentially what that's why he sent them to that area, was because that was what he was looking for. And the only way he would have known that would be there is because it fell off the alien ship from the Octalians, because it was missing on the Octalian ship. So that is exactly... Bob Block knows that the Octalian ship has crashed, and he is in some way involved in the plot. Potentially, he's going to be bad. Why do I say we can't talk? It's kind of like referring to myself in the third person. It's kind of weird. It's a weird thing I do. I'm weird. That's just kind of a thing. Let's see. Recurring Raccoon has kids in the ship. Yes. That's going to be good. If that happens, that would be really fun. The aliens are sassy. When is my 5,000 sub special? It's written, and I've already started working on parts of it. There's one part I'm really not happy with how it turned out the first time I tried to do it, so I'm fine tuning it. But like I said, there's going to be a major increase in content over the next few weeks because I'm out of school. Season 2 will be over, so I'll be able to put out a couple things, including, the top 10 songs from Season 2, Phineas and Ferb references in Season 2, and I'm not going to, make every time Doof shows up a reference. Only, I Am a Superstar and other, references that aren't Doof and Perry being there. Will there be a Season 3? The answer is I don't know. Do not know about Season 3. Will we ever see Phineas and Ferb again in Milo Murphy's Law? Also, do not know. I feel like I'm in the wrong dimension. I remember you having 75,000 scrubs and another subs, and no, I only have 5,000. Not even close to that much. Alka hasn't been in such a great light either, talking about PIG. Alka is shady. Alka is very shady. Then there's Kalka, and then there's whatever Pinky works for, which is another division of Alka. Maybe they want to get rid of Dakota and Cavendish. Why would Bob Block want to get rid of Dakota and Cavendish, too? Okay, another thing that was pointed out to me is the aliens didn't start coming after Milo until Cavendish and Dakota showed Bob Block the picture of Milo. So what if Bob Block, like, he... okay, here's another interesting thing. Why do the aliens want the negative probability ions? Like, I get that they know that Milo's resourceful with how to deal with Murphy's Law, but why would they not search for somebody with positive probability ions? Especially if the cosmic storm is like a negative event. Wouldn't you want somebody with positive probability ions to just come in and be like, I'm here, everything's okay? Like something like that. Like, why do they need Milo specifically? And that, we still don't know. Okay. The raccoon is a season 3 villain. Maybe. How did Dakota not get fired in abducting Murphy's Law? That's a good question. They never brought that up. I don't know. That's yeah, because he stole the equipment. So did the guy who was monitoring the equipment facility just like not report him or something? Recurring Raccoon. Okay, Recurring Raccoon is not an Alka agent. He would get fired. He would be stealing stuff left and right in Alka, and he would instantly be fired. I love the song "Looking High and Low" for Milo. Yes. Okay. I know. I think. Did I talk about this? Yeah. I think I. Yeah, I talked about Parks and Rec in my last video, and that and of course Mid Afternoon Snack Club, which this is from. "Looking High and Low" for Milo is a great song. Which better, season 3 for Milo or a new show? I want season 3 for Milo, but if Dan Swampy make a new show, I'll watch it and cover it here. I'm only gonna take 1 point off because Alka is hose. Yes. Okay, sorry, I'm just catching up on the comments. Negative plus negative equals positive. Okay, if that was true, then whenever Milo and Martin were together, nothing bad would happen. Like, they've established in the show that when Martin and Milo are in the same place, it's like double down on Murphy's Law. As much as I like the theory that negative and negative equals positive, the show hasn't shown that that's true. Sad they won't make up Isabella's appearance. Yeah. There was a weird rumor going around that Isabella was going to appear later in Milo Murphy's Law this season because of 2 out-of-context tweets that I also believed. I thought Isabella was going to appear. But she's not because she's just not. What if they did Milo Murphy's Law Star Wars? That would be fun. I don't think Milo's as popular as Phineas and Ferb was, so it probably won't get that. That would be cool. Is that sphere the cosmic storm from Murphy's Law? Okay, yeah, so in the description, it says that Milo and his friends are going to face off a cosmic storm of Murphy's Law. So apparently the storm is straight up made of Murphy's Law, which raises a whole nother set of questions. But I'm guessing, yes, that sphere is the cosmic storm, or it's going to release the cosmic storm. Are we sure Doof is not a Murphy? Yes, they established that in abducting Murphy's Law. The bad things that happen around Doof only happen because he's incompetent and has poor planning skills. Recurring Raccoon is... Okay, Rogue Agent. That's a good theory. First Impressions is the bomb. Why did Carl... Okay, Carl had different glasses in Escape. This is actually a really good question. Because if you guys saw The Dog Who Knew Too Much, the episode with Diogi... Or wait, was it in that episode? No, it wasn't in that episode. It was... Oh man, which Milo episode was it with Carl and the glasses? It was the ticking clock. That happened in the ticking clock. Carl, there's the whole joke about Carl and the glasses, and Monogram's like, not with those cheekbones. And I guess they just forgot to update Carl's glasses for the rest of the season, but now they're bringing it back for the finale. So, continuity. Okay. Lydia Awesomeness does make up for lack of Isabella. At least Allison Stoner got a full episode to show her acting chops. What if Perry is Harry? Raccoon guy is a raccoon. These are statements. The Octalians needed... Yeah, just for one Milo, they needed more than 6 ships. Which is crazy. Do you think we'll see... Oh, okay. This is an interesting theory. So, Time Locker CG. Do I think we'll see different dimensions? Season 3 is actually, if Season 3 gets made, it's been teased to be robots. There's a lot of stuff Joshua Perret has said, as well as a lot of teases in Season 2 to the fact that there's a robot uprising at some point. In Goulash Legacy, it's like, back in a time when machines and man had a friendly relationship. And then in Dog Walker Runner Screamer, there's like, keep quiet or the humans are going to replace us. He's like, that was sarcasm. Kill the humans. That was in Walker Runner Screamer. So Season 3 is probably going to be aliens. But other dimensions is a possibility for the finale, because there is one image that they released from when they were recording lines, and that image actually looks a lot like Second Dimension Doof. So I'm almost thinking now here's another crazy theory. So you remember in Game Night at the very end of it, there's this whole incredibly deadly vortex, and then they go to the spaghetti dimension with the other people who are from the spaghetti dimension, and they never address it. They never address how they got out of the spaghetti dimension. It's a really weird episode because Cavendish and Dakota aren't, like, their mission doesn't really fit in with everything else that they've been doing, and so it's you get to it. It doesn't make sense. Then we see that there's a potential image of a second dimension Doof. So, are we going to do a little dimension hopping in the finale? Are they going to revisit it? It's an episode written by Joshua Perret, too. So, Perret, he put in Game Night, obviously, I'm assuming for a reason, this establishing other dimensions this season. So, potentially, it could come back in the finale. Alright, back to the comments. Let's see. Where is Zippy? The world's fastest koala is not in jail. He's just roaming the town. Probably looking for a new place to set up a chop shop. Maybe Milo could absorb the storm since they share the same ions. That's an interesting theory. I like that. Alexandro Oliveira. It's a fun name. I like that. Remember the saw away at my heart joke? I do remember that joke. That was a joke. How is Milo alive in space? Okay. So here's the thing. It doesn't even match the space theories just from Milo, like, as a whole. Like, there's in the Isle of Lost Dakotas episode, when Cavendish walks outside, his head explodes. And then, of course, Dakota rewinds time and puts on a helmet before he walks outside. And in the new trailer, okay, get this, in the new trailer for Sphere and Loathing, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. There at the very end of it, Doof's like, hey, look, he's alive! And he's like, he's holding his breath. And then Doof is like, but that still doesn't explain why he hasn't exploded yet. So they know. They know it doesn't make sense with the logic that the show has presented so far. So here's the primary theory on what's happening here. You know how the aliens have to hold their breath for their transformations? You remember that from earlier in the season? And actually, it was in Milo in Space. Some people think that this is an Octalian just disguised as Milo, holding its breath so that it doesn't change back. And apparently the Octalians are able to survive in space without spacesuits or helmets. That's the primary theory. Otherwise, we're just going to have to see what they actually do with it. Okay. First Impressions was the cutest episode. Oh, wow. Comments coming to life. No mammal can hold their breath for more than 3 minutes. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. What if the robot they brought to the owner saves them from dying? Oh, Sid. Yeah. So if Sid could come back, that would be really cool. Clyde Rickenbacker. Yeah, so they teased robots in season 1 too with the robot revolution with Sid. He's like, I will remember you when the robots take over the world. Ha ha. Ha ha. Psych. Or whatever. What I want, if Love Muffin appeared in MML, I'd be happy. Where's Milo toys? I want Milo toys. I want my Diogi plush. How long does a Cavampuss live? A Cavampuss lives as long as a Cavampuss wants to live. I think. Different dimensions work just the same if Doof creates time travel. The time stream is unique to each dimension. You can't travel through the time stream to other dimensions. It doesn't work like that. Neil sounds... Cyborg Bear is probably not created by Bob Block. But if he was, I wouldn't be surprised. Neil from the comic shop sounds... No, he doesn't sound like anything like Baljeet, but it's the same voice actor, which is really cool. Season 3. Yeah, game night. I guess it could be between between them being fired and being hired into Pig. I do miss the pistachio jobs. Those were fun. You think Milo in space is the robot? Hey, that's true. What if the aliens had built another... Okay. I like this theory. So, the aliens, the first time they abducted Milo, they sent a robot of Milo's DNA down to distract them. What if the Milo that we see in space is their second robot? Because this time they abducted Milo, and they didn't leave behind a decoy because it wasn't necessary. They abducted him in full sight. That's a good theory. That could be their second robot replacement. I like that. Newt Wilson. Excellent theory. Excellent theory. Doesn't Milo have a space helmet in his backpack? No. Remember in this episode, it's Milo, he has nothing. He has nothing in his backpack. That's why the aliens have to turn into things. I heard a video on Round 2 about OK Keiko. Don't believe anything until Disney makes a major announcement about Milo Murphy's Law. Right now, it could go either way. Could get canceled, could get renewed. My Little World 2. Thank you. I'm glad you like my videos. Do I think Zach and Melissa will kiss in the finale? Becky E. No, I do not think Zach and Melissa will kiss in the finale. But they may hug and or may... I think Melissa will probably admit she has feelings for Zach. Probably. Because that seems most likely. Because that was in Escape. She's like, it's starting to feel a little bit like a date. And Zach's like, you wish it was feeling like a date. So maybe he knows that she has feelings for him. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay. What gender is the cabin puss? Cavendish is male, but cabin puss laid an egg. Okay, hold on. I'm going to look this up. What platypuses can lay eggs? All right, we're looking up. Hold on. Let's see. Can male platypuses lay eggs? So there's some species where the males can lay eggs, and the platypus is very strange in and of itself. So. Habitat. Okay, no, it is only female. So, that doesn't make sense, because we know Perry is a boy, and that's the DNA that Doof cloned. The egg is just a joke. Cartoon logic. Take it as cartoon logic. Alright, we're moving on. Murphy's Law, the law, not the show, is better in season 1. I think they're running out of ideas. There's a lot more Murphy's Law, like, actually, things just, like, being destroyed in Season 1, but I don't think that's necessarily, like, it's... I mean, there's still some great Murphy's Law sequences, like the whole I chase you, you chase me, the great crumbling when the key falls on it. I think Zach and Melissa might at best hold hands. I mean, they already did. And that was Milo in space. I mean, Zach kind of, like, comforted Melissa. And their hands were pretty close. Pacifica, Huge Dipper. How does Doof not notice that? Okay, Doof just doesn't notice that because he's Doof. Doof is Doof. You don't have to explain Doof. He's a little incompetent, but also very smart. Okay, yeah, the Googleplex Mall, it did look a bit different in Escape, but they do that for a lot of Milo locations. Like the Danville Community Center returned this season. Obviously, Alka, I mean, it looked the same, but they did redraw it. Milo and Amanda will announce they are eloping and moving to Badgertown. Milo and Amanda they're just like, we don't want to have a wedding. We haven't seen Amanda's parents except for once this season. We don't know what they think of Milo, if they approve of this relationship. So they're just going to elope as middle schoolers. No. Okay, what are Phineas and Ferb doing during this? They know aliens, so wouldn't they know that the aliens that abducted Milo? Phineas and Ferb know the Meep aliens, and they know the aliens that they have at their milkshake bar. But that doesn't necessarily mean they know about the Octalians. Platypus is the only mammal to lay eggs. Yeah, I don't really know what Phineas and Ferb... They're probably just at school, like regular kids making giant playground sets in elementary school. Oh, it's not cool of Disney to end... Everything is in a cliffhanger. Della... Okay, spoilers for DuckTales and Starverses. Della's about to meet her kids. Eclipsa was about to get hammered by Mina with, like, the giant sword. And then Milo is in space. 3 cliffhangers. And now even if you watch today's Star, there's another cliffhanger. Everything's on a cliffhanger. Yes, just like 24, Synergy's animation is gorgeous. Any episodes of Milo that are animated by Synergy are, like, the best episodes as far as animation. There's some really bad Wang Film episodes. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head that they didn't do good with. Wang Film sometimes does good work, but there's a lot of episodes they do where it's just incredibly subpar. With a lot of off... Oh, Spy Little Sister. Spy Little Sister was awfully animated. Great episode, but the animation by Wang Film was not great. Whenever you're around Milo's second dimension counterpart... Oh, okay. Newt, you're just coming up with the great theories tonight. Yeah, that would be really cool if Milo's second dimension counterpart was actually cursed with positive probability ions. That would be fun. Sorry about all the colors. I know the colors keep changing. I don't know why that's happening. I think that's just the program. Alright. Do I think we will see time travel brought back in Milo Murphy's Law Season 3? Season 1 had time travel, and Season 2 had space, and Season... Okay, here's something that Joshua Pruitt... I talk about him a lot, but he's the one who interacts with the fans the most on Twitter. He said one of the ideas for Season 3 was this episode called, and I quote, Cavendish Farms. He said there was something in the season finale relating to Cavendish Farms, which was originally going to be in this season. But then they decided to move it to Season 3, and so we put a teaser in it at the end of Season 2, but that got cut from the finale. Here's my theory. Since we know the Cavenperry can lay eggs, what if the Cavenperry lays eggs, hatches a lot of other Cavenperries, and then they start selling the Cavenperry eggs for, like, money, and it becomes like a Cavenperry farm. And you know how I know this, that egg actually has a child, is because Dan posted on Twitter that they cut the baby Cavenperry from the finale. Originally, baby Cavenperry was a character in the finale, since, you know, he hatched from the egg that the Cavenperry had just laid. But no, there will be no baby Cavenperry in the finale. Okay. Speech and debate was fun. That was a very fun episode. That was crazy. Murray the Middleman getting a theme song. I died. Yeah, Bob's right. Not all aliens know each other. It's a big universe. Who else screamed when the Starco kiss happened? I was very happy when the Starco kiss happened. That was one of the best, most satisfying show kisses that I've seen. That was really cool. Alright, bye Kendra. Go enjoy Mother's Day stuff, spending time with your mother, that sort of thing. Let's see. Do I think the aliens think Milo is the chosen one? Yeah, they say he's the one that we need, which is kind of weird. Like, why don't they pick, like, Martin Murphy? Or, like, any of the other Murphys? Why do they need Milo specifically? What is up with them? Like, now we know why they need him to defeat this sphere thing, Storm. But why do they need Milo specifically? If Milo had to join the MCU, which character would he hang out with? If Milo joined the MCU, he would probably hang out with Peter Parker, since he's the closest in age. And Peter would be like, something would, like, fall right next to me. He'd be like, dude, was that you? And he'd be like, yeah. And be like, that's an awesome superpower. Take down Thanos. And then Milo will go meet Thanos, punch him in the face, and he will crumple. And that is how Milo will join the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Don't question it. 100% canon. Just, yeah. Okay. In Phineas and Ferb, the second dimension was different, not the opposite. That's true, Sam. But that doesn't mean it wouldn't be fun, like, to see. I mean, like, it just shows the character could, like, go a different way. So, like, what if all the Murphys in the second dimension were born with good luck? Like, that could be a thing. I love the scenes when Brick kept getting left behind. Yes, those were funny. Yeah, Godzilla DOG. That is the temporary name for the DOG from the new trailer, because he looks like Godzilla. Do you know anything about the season finale? Here's what I know. I know that there's going to be action taking place on the Octalian homeworld. There's a cosmic storm, and the only characters that we know are confirmed for it are the ones that we have officially seen in Milo in Space. So Melissa, Zach, Doof, Dakota, Cavendish, the Cavan Perry, obviously Milo, Cone, or not Cone, because Cone left in, he was just like, I'm out at the beginning of Milo in Space. Loab, Alien Commander, and Alien Pilot. And I'm guessing, this is theory, these have not been confirmed. At the end, we're going to see Martin and Bridget, obviously, and Sarah, who are going to welcome Milo back, as well as Amanda, because they're probably going to want to pay off the Milo-Amanda romance with a kiss, is my thought. I don't know if it'll actually happen, but we'll see. Why two S's in Cavanpuss? Because that's the way it was spelled in the credits. I have no reason. Game night, okay, game night, it was a fun episode. It just didn't make sense canon-wise. Cavendish and Dakota, they're in their original uniforms, doing something that didn't relate, like, they wouldn't put alien trashmen to close up a deadly vortex. And certainly, Mr. Block from the Bureau of Time Travel wouldn't send them to do anything that important. Okay, favorite episode from this season? Ooh, I mean, I really like First Impressions. I really like Managing Murphy's Law. I really like Ticking Clock as well. Ticking Clock is a lot of fun. The Goulash Legacy. I really like Goulash Legacy. It's the Mid-Afternoon Snack Club is up there in the favorites. And Escape and Milo in Space together just make a fantastic pair. It's definitely one of my favorite pairs this season. Danny Jacobs' score for these two episodes, oh my goodness. The score, it blew me away. Like, some of the musical cues and the way it complemented the action on screen, I was just like, he wrote new music. Like, there's some episodes where he, like, just reuses the same music from old episodes. Like, if you're paying attention, you can tell. But for this one, it was almost entirely new music. And it was just wonderful. It was wonderful. Okay. Milo's ions are fresher. Milo is fresh. Okay, girl Murphys don't have Murphy's Law just because it's only passed down through the boys. That's what Dan and Swampy have said as far as canon. Do I watch Steven Universe? Nope. No Steven Universe. I've heard it's good, though. Star-Lord and Milo are now best friends. Melissa and Zach are not going to kiss, and Mac... Is that what we call that ship? Does anybody call that ship Mac? Bob the Random Guy. Do we call that ship Mac, or do we call it Zach and Chase? I think we call it Zach and Chase, because it sounds like mac and cheese, but it's Zach and Chase. I really like Zach and Cheese. Zach and Cheese not Zach and Cheese, Zach and Chase. Now I'm getting confused. Okay, but if they don't kiss, it wouldn't make sense for them to kiss and for Milo and Amanda to kiss. You're not going to do both of those in one episode. I just want them to, like, acknowledge... I mean, they do so much ship teasing, with Buford calling them a ship, Melissa's whole, it's feeling too much like a date. Something. Some acknowledgement. Sorry, don't know much about the show, but did recurring to... that's okay, Chubby Chipmunk. It's okay, you don't know much about the show. Did Recurring Raccoon die to the Robot Bear? He did not. It was a joke because the writer of that episode hates Recurring Raccoon and thinks the gag is stupid. So when he had to write an episode with Recurring Raccoon in it, he wanted to make it seem like Recurring Raccoon got as close to dying as possible without actually being able to kill him because he's essential to the finale. How did Phineas and Ferb get their positive probability ions? They're not even brothers, just stepbrothers. Okay, this is great, because I agree, this makes no sense. Why Phineas, and why does Candace not have positive probability ions? Why is it just Phineas and Ferb? It makes no sense. I guess just because they make their own positive probability. I don't know. It's cartoon logic, but since they put so much thought into how the Murphys have Murphy's Law, it is kind of weird that they don't explain. Especially, it would make sense if Phineas and Ferb were brothers, or if it was like a lineage thing, but it's not a lineage thing. Did I know that Milo and Amanda did their own story arc? Yep. Is that a black hole? No, that is a deadly vortex. Bob, you would have trash collectors close all vortexes. No, that's... I mean, I guess if... it does make sense in the sense that, like, if you have agents that you think are, like, expendable, send them to do the chore that you know is impossible. Favorite background character? Okay, so, like, background character probably... I don't know if you consider Bradley one, but Bradley or Lydia. Other background characters, like, as far as, like, story arc ones, like, I really like Loab. He's, like, my favorite alien. And I like Alien Commander, too, a lot. But as far as just regular, it's not Chad or Mort. It would be Bradley or Lydia. Or Amanda, if you consider her a background character. Isn't it ironic? Okay, yeah, Melissa's voiced by Sabrina Carpenter, who's releasing albums, like, every year, and she has not sung once on the show. It's like, can we hire a professional singer for Milo Murphy's Law? Yes, we can. All right, let's hire the professional singer, and we'll get Dan and Swampy to write 1 million songs. Okay. How many songs is she going to sing in the show? None. How many songs is Dan Poffenmeyer going to sing in the show? A lot. Can he get a duo with Scott the Undergrounder? Yes. That's how the conversation went. Again, with season 3, it could go either way. I'm optimistic, but I don't know. Okay, so the reference to Perry wearing the parachute. That's funny. I thought they were going to do something like with Elliot Brand, safety chutes, don't fall anywhere without one, that they had earlier in the season. But they didn't. Perry doesn't wear Elliot Brand safety chutes. He just wears the epic Agent P Perry chute, the one across the second dimension. Okay, questions about the Phineas and Ferb movie. Is it a sequel to Second Dimension? No. It's its own thing. Candace against the universe. Candace gets abducted by aliens, and it's its own separate movie. Is it live action? No. It is fully animated, and right now it is currently going to be about 90 minutes long. So it's about 20 minutes longer than Across the Second Dimension was. So it's going to be a really decently long movie. What happens to the Octalian after it got destroyed? Milo's the only one to survive. No, I don't think Milo's going to be the only one to survive, because we also see in the new teaser trailer, there's one frame with the alien commander and a bunch of other Octalians in an escape pod going back to Octalia. So you know Milo gets out of space. We'll see how that finishes at the beginning of the at the beginning of the finale. Zalissa is also acceptable. But Mac is just that's already a girl's name. It's short for Mackenzie, which can be a girl or a boy's name. It's like gender neutral, so. Okay. Let us see. I didn't realize that Sabrina did a lot of singing on Sophia the First. That's funny. Did I see the Doofenshmirtz theme song takeover? Yes, it was hilarious. I loved it. Candace is female, like Sarah. That is a good observation. They're both female. So yeah, I guess that makes sense, because if Candace wouldn't get, but Lawrence doesn't have positive probability ions. Neither does whoever Phineas's dad was. Okay, look, Michael. I do not judge you for shipping Milo and Melissa. I say ship Milo and Melissa all you want. The only thing I say is that in the show, it shows that Milo and Amanda are a thing. So, like, you can't deny it. You can ship Milo and Melissa and hope that it happens in the future, but you do have to accept that in the show right now, Amanda is kissing Milo on a regular basis, and that's a thing. Phineas and Ferb made a machine to inflict them with positive probability ions. That could be interesting. Phineas and Ferb, the only reason they have positive probability ions is because they made a machine and zapped themselves with positive probability ions. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. That they're just like, Ferb, what do you want to do today? Ferb's like, we should blast ourselves with positive probability ions. And Phineas is like, okay, let's do it. Okay. That's funny. Zach and Melissa kiss. Amanda and Milo kiss. Sarah pulls Neil from her back pocket and kisses him. And Diogenes and his girlfriend. Okay, it's a true Disney show if Diogenes and his girlfriend eat spaghetti. That's how you know it is a Disney show. So, are we going to see Sarah and Neil kiss? What? Okay, this is totally out there. But I'm going to say it now in case it happens. We have at the end of the episode, Sarah and Neil and Amanda waiting for Milo. And then just as they all get back on the ground at the same time, Sarah and Neil, Amanda and Milo, and Melissa and Zach kiss just all at the same time. And then and then you just cut to Diogenes and his girlfriend eating spaghetti. You love Recurring Raccoon. It's really dumb how some... Okay, it's just the one writer. It's not like the whole team. Like, most of the writers love him. Dan and Swampy love Recurring Raccoon. It's just this one writer disagreed and thought he wasn't funny. You love First Impressions. I love First Impressions too. Trucker Ted? Nah, Trucker Ted's not going to be in the finale. Dislike 24? Nah. Bradley's great background character. Yep, he is. And I like him more than Elliot as well. Milo and Murphy's Law isn't as focused on romance as Phineas and Ferb's all about the plot. Actually, Milo isn't all about the plot. There's a lot of filler episodes. You want Milo to have a sleepover at Phineas and Ferb's house. That'd be good. He could actually get like a good night's sleep. He wouldn't have to worry about anything crashing because the positive probability odds would like cancel it out. Okay, yeah, I said like the one from Second Dimension, but the chute he used in Milo in Space didn't have his head on it. But it was like, it's like, you know what I'm saying. Trucker Ted needs his agent to get him a cameo in the season finale. He shows up at the party holding up 4 fingers. Actually, for him, it'll be like this because they only have 4 fingers. Oh, yeah. Imagine if the attracting ray turns off and Milo's like up in the super high in the atmosphere when they're flying across town. He just falls because the aliens they're moving at that point. So like if the ray had broken, Milo would have been gone. He had nothing in his backpack. How does the timeline work when considering the holiday specials? Are they canon because there are so many references to Christmas special, but in the special, Doof's evil? Oh, that's one of the things. I did a video about that. It doesn't really make sense. There's a really complicated theory involving time grenades, but I really don't have the time to explain that. That's a long one. Okay. Honestly, Milo Murphy's Law reminds me of this Nickelodeon movie called Jinx. Oh, wait. Okay. Where the girl is cursed because of an unlucky by a great-great-grandfather made by flipping the coin. Yeah, it's Milo Murphy's Law. I mean, the concept of people having bad luck is something that they've been doing in film and TV for a long time. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like my Ferb impression. We need more Brick and Savannah. Yes! Where are Brick and Savannah? I mean, they were in one episode, and that was a good episode. But we need to see more Brick and Savannah. Oh, wait, they were in Adventure Buddies. They had a cameo in the background still selling pistachios. You guessed that the positive ions were an accident. That would make sense. They weren't just like, we're just going to zap ourselves with positive probability ions today. The Nick movie was called Jinxed. Okay. Doof kisses Dakota. No, that's not going to that doesn't make sense. How old is Cavendish in First Impressions? We don't know. They don't say. Josh, again, I like to go back to Josh or Pruitt. He says he thinks that they've had, like in the future, they can extend their life by, like, a long point. And they can essentially make themselves look any way they want. So the way they look is the way they want to look. It's not Cavendish's hair is gray because he's super old. It's because he's chosen to make his hair gray. Because in the future, you don't have to look a certain way because they've invented technology to essentially allow you to live a lot longer, as well as, change your appearance to whatever you want, which is kind of creepy, but it's a thing. If Milo... Wait, hold on. Milo Murphy's Law had a sleepover with Phineas and Ferb. They have to sleep so close to cancel out, yeah. Okay, you have a question. Time Walker CG. This is right. All right, you have a question about Phineas and Ferb. Will there be Phineas and Ferb characters of the original cast? And when we see MML as season 2 had aliens, will there be aliens in the MML? There will be. Okay, so with the movie, we don't know what aliens. If it was the Milo Murphy's Law aliens, that would be like really cool continuity. But we would be jumping back into the timeline. So again, aliens right here with Milo Murphy's Law. We would be going back to before this cosmic storm Milo deal happened. So maybe the aliens were evil in the past, and that's why, they abduct Candace. All right. And Phineas and Ferb characters, as far as, there's probably not going to be any Milo characters in the movie. Maybe like in the background they'll put Milo in a shot, but I don't think it'll be prevalent at all. But yeah, I don't think any Milo character is going to be like a speaking role or anything in the movie. Okay, Sam Lavigno, let's talk about him. He did awesome as young Milo in First Impressions. That was one of my First Impressions review was really scattered. I put it together fairly quick. But I really loved his voice acting for young Milo. He brought that character to life. I'm glad they didn't just make Weird Al's voice even higher and squeakier. And yeah, he voices a lot of great, cute characters, and I loved it. I loved it. Was Sheriff Murphy born with Murphy's Law? Okay, we're going to go back. Joshua Perrette on Twitter has said that the Murphys actually started before Sheriff Murphy. He was not actually the first Murphy. That was just where the term Murphy's Law came from. Because Murphy was the law, and then that became a thing. So even before that, there were Murphys. You love when Amanda says to Bradley, Bradley doesn't know love, and then Bradley starts to cry about Carla. and then Zach's like, sometimes I feel like I've been living in Milo's shadow, and Bradley's like, way to bring down the room, Zach. And Amanda's like, you were just crying like a baby. I laughed so hard. I thought for a second when I was watching it that Bradley was going to be like, yes, I have. Melissa. I used to have a crush on Melissa. Because he did at the beginning of season 1. And he was like, it was pretty obvious. He was like, hey, Melissa, do you want to join our team? I named it Team Melissa. Not after you. Different Melissa. And so I thought, oh man, is Bradley going to come out and say that like he liked Melissa? But no, it's Carla. Carla was his one true love. Also, what if somebody inflicted Murphy's Law into every Murphy, starting from Sheriff Murphy? So are you saying like Phineas and Ferb traveled back in time and just zapped an entire race of people with, not entire race, an entire line of people with Murphy's Law? Do I think Bradley's pistachio arm is just a joke, or will it come back as an important plot reason? You never know with Milo. Like, Mildred was a throwaway gag in Missing Milo. Now Mildred has an entire story arc about her relationship with Scott. The bear from Now I'm a Murphy. I thought, oh, that's a one-off joke. He comes back as a character. Zippy, the world's fastest koala. One-off joke. Back as a character. There's so many things, but then there are one-offs, like Jackie, or what was her name? Like Jackie, the great-great-granddaughter of Calamity Jane. She could have been a recurring character, but the audience, I don't think we responded well to her. She was pretty mediocre. Let's see. So, in conclusion, could it come back as a plot point? Maybe. Clifford Longhead, hello! Welcome. Scott Mildred will be the ones to kiss in the season. Okay! The world will go wild about Scott and Mildred. Scott and Mildred have already had babies. That was in Escape. They had 3 children already. So I'm assuming they've already kissed. Probably not. I mean, obviously not on screen, but they've already had children. Things have. I don't even want to know how they ended up with 3 milk carton children. Okay, guys. Talking about Vanessa showing up more. She might appear. What if? Okay. Let's go back to that end party where the 3 couples kiss and Diogi and his dog girlfriend get together. What if Vanessa is also there waiting because her dad is missing in outer space, and so when Doof comes back, he hugs Vanessa. This makes so much sense. We're going to get this huge reunion scene at the end, and Doof is going to hug Vanessa because he's going to be missing. Yes, this reunion scene. I'm down on this. This is going to happen next week. You hope we'll see Jeremy in the movie. I hope so, too. Will Meep be in Milo Murphy's Law? Don't know. Probably no. Actually, no. That's another one. Joshua Perrette actually said on Twitter. Meep is not going to show up in Milo. All right. Have I watched Nickelodeon original movie Murphy's Law? No, I haven't. He also voices Baby Grizzly. I haven't actually seen We Bare Bears, but I've heard it's really funny and that I should watch it. Since Sheriff Murphy was a man, that probably explains why boys don't have it. Season 2. No, Season 2 finale does not happen the same time as Meet Me in St. Louis. I mean, it could, but that doesn't even make sense. They're way out in space. Meet Me in St. Louis is in St. Louis. Will Brick and Savannah be in the season finale? Don't know. It would be cool if they were, but there's not a whole lot that they could do. I mean, it doesn't make sense, really. It's for them. When Scott mentioned to Milo to have his milk carton call Milo's milk carton, do I think Milo thought of Amanda as his milk carton? I like to sincerely hope that Milo doesn't think of Amanda as his milk carton, just from the sake of it being just wrong. But, I mean, are we going to get, like, a thing where Milo opens up the fridge, takes out a milk carton, and it starts talking to him? And he's like, why is the milk carton in my fridge talking to me? I feel like that would be the more likely way they'd play it, not Amanda. Award for greenest thumb was stolen from Bradley. Yeah, it was. Do I think Doof will return in Season 3? I don't know. I don't know if Doof will return in Season 3. It depends on what they do with him and his character. This isn't 5,000 subscriber or anything, but I'm going to do a video about Doof's story in Milo Murphy's Law, because there's a lot of people who don't know why Doof is in Milo. So it'll be nice. They can have a complete guide. I'm going to cover every appearance, his full story arc, what they need to know from Season 2 once Season 2 is over. Well, I see, Jonathan, when I'm not translating that well for the third person. When a creepy subterranean milk... Oh, you're explaining to me how the milk babies come about. I gotcha. And no, he's not a creepy subterranean construction worker. He's a subterranean vagrant. That's what he is. I want Phineas and Ferb to rescue Milo from a problem he cannot solve. See, I see why you want that, but that would be, like, disappointing. Like, have this entire season building up, and then Phineas and Ferb just come in, saved you, Milo! Yeah, let's go celebrate! No, that wouldn't be... That's right, Dioge's poodle girlfriend is named Pio. Thank you, Jay. Marie Lee. That is her official name. We know Vanessa has to break up with her boyfriend being she gets with Ferb, so maybe when no one is kissing, she actually... The MML Season 2 finale... Monty breaks up with Vanessa after Monty doesn't want to be there for Vanessa's dad coming into space. Actually, we know that's not going to happen. Josh has said on Twitter they don't cover that in Season 2. Are Brick and Savannah a couple? Right now, no. Llama, llama, llama. You wish you had Bradley's pistachio arm. I'm glad you wish that. I love when the kid calls Savannah a ma'am and her phone says there. Yeah, I just mentioned first she's a ma'am. That was good. And if we do get a Season 3, imagine just how long the hiatus would be. Yeah, that would be a crazy long hiatus. Like, because they're not going to finish the movie. It's not going to be out till next January or February. Disney's going to want to get it on Disney Plus as soon as they can. So once they finish the movie, they haven't even hired the writers back yet for Milo Season 3. So if it does get renewed for 3, and Josh comes back and all the writers, they have to write the season, then they got to board it, and then they got to animate it. That's like a full 2-year process. So at earliest, we see Milo Murphy's Law come back late 2021, early 2022, and that's at the earliest. So, like, odds are Disney will probably hold it until late 2022. That doesn't even sound like a real year. But, yeah, that's probably how long it's going to be. I'd say probably more closer to 2021 for, like, the first episode of Season 3. I really hope that they don't leave us on a cliffhanger. If they leave us on a cliffhanger, I will not be happy with Season 2 of Milo Murphy's Law. You don't think there'd be enough Yeah, so most of the Octalians, if you didn't know, they're actually named after the body parts of actual octopuses or octopi. So there's not enough body parts for the names of every Octalion. You love Brick and Spy Little Sister. He's great. Spy Little Sister is a great episode. And yeah, Brick and Savannah play spies on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's so cool. They play Agent May. They play Agent May and Agent Ward. You love seeing Phineas and Ferb would be great because they got their victory stolen by Doofenshmirtz and Dr. Zone. I see what you're saying. Like, their appearance was still great in the Phineas and Ferb effect, even though they got their victory stolen by Doof and Dr. Zone. That's fair. I don't know. It was just, I feel like it would make the ending of Milo cheap. Will they make Milo Murphy's Law the movie? Not yet. Did y'all know that Bridget Murphy voiced Roger Doofenshmirtz's assistant / girlfriend, and Martian voiced Irving's brother? Yes, sorry, you mean Martin. Yeah, Martin. Diedrich Bader voices Albert in Phineas and Ferb, and then Martin Murphy, and then Pamela Adlon voices Melanie, Doofenshmirtz's assistant, and Bridget Murphy. Does Amanda have OCD, or is she just a perfectionist? She's a little bit of both. Octopeople. Yeah, sure, the Octopeople. They're, I guess, just the Octalians. Octopeople. My reaction to a possible 2-year hiatus. Ryan Seacrest, where are you? I don't know what that means, but, yeah. Octopuses, octopi, octopeople, octalians. I just make it up. There's my my Doofenshmirtz impression. Okay, we got a season 2 version of the theme song, I guess, if you count the theme song Takeover. But usually Disney Channel shows don't change their intro majorly for season 2. Like, they'll make, like, small changes. Like, Big Hero 6 added Minimax to a couple shots. DuckTales added, like, a Gizmo Duck animation. Star Versus changed out some of the characters in, like, the end card. But, Milo's theme, I think you just have to add stuff. Like, put aliens in the corner. Like, even Star's, like, current theme song doesn't fit at all what's happening in the show. Ludo appeared in one episode in all of season 4, and he's like a main part of the title sequence. Being like possessed by Toffee, which was really only the first 4 episodes of season 3. So theme songs are weird for Disney. Usually when they update them, it's just they just update it and then it quickly becomes irrelevant again. Oh, I see. That makes sense with Ryan Seacrest. Alright, so, is there anything else that you guys wanted to know what I thought about from Escape Milo in Space? I covered my theories for the finale, the reunion at the end, the full version of Just Getting Started being played. Kind of there. You know, the whole Bob Block is obviously evil. He's evil, and he's doing evil things. Why do I think Disney Channel doesn't get a lot of MML, a lot of love compared to Phineas and Ferb? I don't know! It makes no sense. They only made like 2 promos, one which was like a 15-second spot for abducting Murphy's Law, and then I guess a 30-second spot now for Fear and Loathing, which is actually pretty good. But like other shows are getting like full-on promos for like new episodes, released clips. Like Disney just doesn't treat Milo love, and that's probably because maybe there was some behind-the-scenes stuff with season 2 production-wise. What's my opinion on Star Season 4? Star Season 4 is really great. It feels like I didn't start watching it until it was already like fairly well in, so I binged what was available of Star Season 4, which was like 20 episodes in like 2 to 3 days. It's very well paced. It feels like a movie. I love a lot of the creative choices. I like that they're exploring different characters in different episodes. Like the first 2 seasons of Star, I'm not a fan. There are a lot of people who love the first 2 seasons of Star. I think they're okay. Like, they're average TV. But seasons 3 and 4 are really good. And season 4 especially just, it's very compelling. I love, and this is something that I think Milo could benefit from, is they don't have to have Star in every episode. And they don't have to have Marco in every episode. With Milo, Disney has to have Milo in every episode because they're paying big bucks for Weird Al. But Eden Share is not expensive. Adam MacArthur is not expensive. So they can choose whether or not to put them in episodes. So when you get like entire episodes devoted to like Moon and River setting up their village on the side of town, or an entire episode dedicated to Ludo and his family, it's great. And it's fantastic that you don't have to have Star and Marco there. And it really improves the pacing and flow of the season. Lots of great cliffhangers. I did not expect this week's twist. So I love Star Season 4, and I can't wait to see the finale next week. Bye, Clifford Longhead. Thank you for coming to the live stream. When will I live stream next? I will be doing a live stream, obviously, after the season finale. I think I'll wait like a day. I'll probably do it about the same time next week, because I want to give like everybody a day to watch the season finale when it comes out. That way, like, more people can obviously join in the chat. It's like, oh, I've seen Escape. I've seen Milo in Space, because you had a day to watch it. Versus me, I watched it at 3 a.m. on Saturday morning when it comes out on demand. So, like, if I finished it at, like, 3:30, immediately got on the live stream, nobody's seen it, that would be boring. Even same day, a lot of people, like, if you have something going on that day and you can't watch it. Okay. What if Doof travels back in time, the time traveler in Phineas and Ferb episode steals the time machine? I don't really know what... Oh, the Xavier Onassis. Oh, I see what you're saying. So Doof takes the time machine back, and Xavier Onassis steals it. That's a potential theory. I do hope Milo Murphy's Law ends up being as successful as Phineas and Ferb. It deserves it. It's a good show. Hey, hold on. Season 2 of Star had Weird Al in one episode, and you actually recommend... No, was it... I don't think it was... You may have been you when I was watching through Star. I remember somebody on Twitter said... Don't watch the episode with Weird Al. And so that's the only episode of Star that I haven't seen because I just heard it was so bad. It was either you or Naughty on Twitter told me not to watch it. And I guess I'm glad. I don't think I missed anything. If any Milo Murphy's Law girl would be a fireside girl, who would it be? Probably Lydia. I feel like Lydia could be a fireside girl. Newt Wilson, you miss my game nights. We'll have to do a game night. Maybe we'll do... Okay, here's what we'll do. If I can get it set up so that I can have... Yeah, I'll probably have Friday night free. This Friday, what I can do is to lead up to build the hype for the season finale. We'll play Season 2 trivia, everything so far, here on a live stream. Thank you, that's a great idea. We will bring back... You know what, I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. Game night on Friday. And I'll post more updates on my Twitter, so if you don't follow me... follow me on Twitter at PFML News for like an exact time. So, game night on Friday. We'll play some good old Kahoot. And we'll bring that back. Because I like those too. I really like those a lot. I like making the quizzes. Phineas and Ferb created time travel. They did, but they're not going to monetize it like Doof. Does Norm show up a lot in Milo Murphy's Law? He shows up once. You know, he might show up again in the season finale, potentially, but we don't know. He kind of just vanished after the one episode he was in. Do you think a few seasons... Okay, there's no Milo... Disney hates Milo in the sense that they don't post, like, any of the songs. Like, you see them... Disney TVA will post them, but Disney themselves doesn't post. They actually like Tangled the series, where they actually made an album of Tangled the series, and they posted the songs. They don't do that for Milo. Oh, either Amanda, Melissa, or Veronica would be Fireside Girls. Yeah. Bob, that was you who told me to... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, you're the one who told me. But yeah, I love Star Season 4 so far. You'd also like to see a Power Rangers alum, Johnny Young Bosch, a voice on Milo Murphy's Law. Yeah, any casting suggestions? Dan, and here's the thing. With Milo, sometimes they will cast side characters based on whoever's in the popular ABC TV show. So Cedric Yarbaugh and John Ross Bowie, who are both currently in Speechless, were chosen to pick Loab and Cone, chosen to voice Loab and Cone in Sick Day and Abducting Murphy's Law, and then John Ross Bowie stayed around. Cone left in Milo in Space, but they picked them, and they had the Milo Murphy's Law writers specifically write for those voice actors, so they could add promotion. So you'd probably see more famous voice actors voice minor roles. Dan and Swampy do get the occasional voice from somebody that they like. Lydia said she had a group. No, her troupe is an improv troupe, like comedy. You liked my April Fool's joke. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Doof the series. Will Agent Pinky ever show up with Yoji and Agent P on a mission? Don't know. How did I choose my channel name? That's a funny story I don't think I've ever told. So, I might have told on a live stream before. But I was looking at channel names, and originally it was going to be called the Phineas and Ferb Guide, because I thought nobody cares about Milo Murphy's Law. I mean, I care. We all care. Like, don't get... by we, I'm actually talking about you. Yes, we all care about Milo Murphy's Law, but the general public doesn't care about Milo Murphy's Law. So if I name my channel, like, the Milo Murphy's Law Guide, people will be like, what is Milo Murphy's Law? I've never even heard of that. So I wanted to tie it to Phineas and Ferb, but I was like, no, I need to have Milo Murphy's Law, because that's what I talk about the most. And so I thought, what if I called it Phineas Flynn's Law? And that just ended up being the name, versus the Phineas and Ferb Guide or the Milo Murphy's Law Guide, which are both extremely cumbersome and not fun. Spotify, yeah, Disney's released a lot of albums of Phineas and Ferb. You can find that on Spotify. Is Milo Murphy's Law ending? We don't know. Okay, you're happy they got reunited and forgave, but it did feel rushed. I will agree. While they could have had a longer conversation about that, but that's the same way it worked with the Isle of Lost Dakotas. Like, literally, Dakota has given up his life thousands of times for Cavendish, and that scene lasted like 30 seconds of Cavendish briefly crying, and that was it. Yeah. Brock Powell voices a lot of aliens. He does, and it's really cool. So yeah, anyways, back to Puppy Lover. Yeah, it did feel a little rushed, but I'm glad they got that out of the way now, so that they don't have to think about that in the season finale. Hi, Federico. Federico. I'm probably messing up your name. Federico Reed. Federico. We're gonna go with Federico. I hope that's right. No, good on you for studying the exam. You can always go back and listen to this later. This has actually been a fairly on-topic live stream. I've been answering questions about the actual episodes. It wasn't like the Season 2 analysis where we got, like, talking about fan fiction, and I don't even know where that episode... I was amazed people were listening to that. I was like, that was not on topic. We did not end up analyzing Season 2. Who do I rather, Dakota or Cavendish? I like both of them? I'm trying to think. Probably Dakota. Probably like Dakota more. My friends watch Phineas and Ferb, but not Milo. Yeah, that happens. The people, like, they just generally know Phineas and Ferb better. Isabel and Amanda meeting would be really cool. Federico. Alright, good. I'm still thinking the Dance Baby song was used in MML, but I want to find out what episode it was probably used in. Dance Baby, okay. Dance Baby was originally aired in the episode Candace Disconnected, and it's used in Milo Murphy's Law in Disco Do-Over and Cast Party. And those are the 3 places you can find it. Both Cavendish and Dakota have at least one double on Earth. Huh. Yeah, I guess that's true. That cliffhanger was crazy. We talked about that earlier. If Weird Al Yankovic wasn't the voice of Milo, who do you think would be a great voice for him? Oof, it's hard. It's like hard to distinguish Milo's voice. I just like I love the Weird Al. I don't know. Phineas and Ferb was way more prominent in its heyday. Yeah, it was. Oh, and Cartoon Lover. Thank you. I'm glad you like my channel name. That's the way it goes when you tip the domino. All right. I'm actually going to close down the stream for the night. It's been fun. Thank you so much for coming. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below this video, and I'll try to answer them, because we got the whole week. I'm going to do a teaser breakdown of the actual, what's it called, Sphere and Loathing in Outer Space teaser that we got from Disney XD, so you can expect that later this week. And, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time on Phineas Flynn's Law.